liftoff. United Launch Alliance Vulcan rocket. We have the fun.
Good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are watching from. My name is ThatSpaceDogeGuy, and today we are here for the launch of the Long March 6A from the Taiyuan Satellite Launch Center in China. Today, I am joined once again here by Faisy. Hello.
Hello again.
He'll be here again to broadcast or give us some info on today's Long March 6A launch. So it's going to be very cool, like always. Once again, the countdown is a bit delayed because there's a webcam delay again. This time it was on purpose, so I will probably not know first because they like to keep things secret. Anyway, so that's now Faisy. What have we got today?
Based on available information, it should be a Long March 6A with 5 Guowang satellites.
5. Whoa, I'm glad to see Guowang back on the 6A. How long has it been? Because I think it's been a while, hasn't it?
Last time was December. So
December 2025. It's been a bit. It's been about
almost exactly a month. 4 months, I mean.
Been 4 months since we had a Guowang on the 6A. Now, this is which is probably most likely going to be Guowang in terms of what we've already heard on launch day, or launch night, I should say. It's 3 a.m. in China. It is going to be 5 Guowang satellites launching today, as we got a pre-launch picture which I cannot show. I know you really want to see the Long March 6A, but I will not be showing that before launch, just to be safe here. What I can say, it is very SatNet, which is Guowang in Chinese, of course. Now, Faisy, why do we call it SatNet? Because that's an English pronunciation, but isn't Guowang like the official word for it, the official wording?
It's the name of the company that operates it, and it's on a lot of documents.
SatNet or Guowang?
SatNet.
SatNet is the name of the company, and Guowang is the satellite, basically.
SatNet is the company and is on some filings. Guowang is the constellation and the Chinese name of it, which literally means state grid, like many other state grid projects like power and I believe some communications.
Okay, well, about the Guowang satellites themselves, what do we know of those satellites so far? We know it's an internet constellation. Do we know more than that, or is it just limited to that?
Do you mean in services or satellite details?
Satellite details. I would like to know.
Okay, so relevant to the 6A, these satellites weigh between 695 and 1,000 kilograms, and they're kind of shaped like Amazon's Kuiper satellites with unfurlable solar wings and an electric propulsion system. The specific antenna design we're not too sure of, but there's 2 platforms in use, launched on different vehicles.
do we have images of Gowong, or is it just because I believe I saw an image once? I'm just checking now as well, from one of the deployment sequences showing an animation of the Gowong satellites. I'll bring it up on stream in a second. Of course, not trying to show any logos here. Here it is. This is what I mean. Can you give us some detail here? Because what is this photo showing exactly for the viewers?
Just a general design shape and roughly where the solar panels and antennas are, as well as the payload attachment mechanism to the stage.
Is this, do you think those are, how, is that how it looks, or are there any actual images of, because I personally haven't seen, oh wait, took a bit of scroll, no, that's not the, Gowong. Do we have actual pictures of Gowong in real life?
There are some alleged images, none confirmed solidly.
Because I'm really
So I wouldn't have
interested.
confidence in calling the satellites that I've seen Gowongs.
Now, what's the goal for those Gowong satellites? Because it exists, it's an suspected internet constellation. Is it going to be available for public use anytime soon, or is it just, how's it going to work?
The user base is a bit confusing. At the very least, it'll provide vast regions of China with high-speed internet connectivity and other connectivity-enabled services, possibly for some mobile 6G networks. The user base is very confusing.
What if we go like inland and we use Gowong to broadcast live streams of these launches? Is
You
that,
probably have access to space sail before Gowong.
yeah? You think Space Cell would rather be what we're going to use?
Yeah, I could see Gowong being part of an integrated system that you don't buy directly in space sail by being more independent.
Now, there are pretty much a lot of, I should say, internet constellations or just mega constellations in general. What are the key differences between Space Sail and the SatNet here?
Beyond just being able to acquire more launchers and throw capital around, the design and their deployment sequences, because they haven't deployed more than 10 satellites at a time at the moment.
Are they planning to?
If changes in the satellite design are to be believed, yes.
Because I would really like to see a lot of SatNet deploys anytime soon for like bigger launches for those SatNet constellations, because I really am interested of how these constellations are going. Now, of course, there are other constellations from China as well, right? Well, name us a few that you think is interesting, to say the least.
Now, obviously, there's Space Sail, which had a launch yesterday on the first Long March 8 in 13 months.
Yeah.
And there's, what was the other one? Landspace has its Honghu 3, which they are yet to even launch a test satellite for, but they have filed for 12 to 13,000 satellites.
Do you think they're ever going to launch Honghu 3 satellites? Because it's, at this point, it's a...
Maybe, if they can get enough vehicles, although I could quite easily see that being absorbed into another plan.
Yeah.
Because that's a lot of capital expenditure for a company that's maybe 2 years from going public.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be a long way for Honghu 3. Now, we also have some other 3 that I see on the list. For example, Geely Future Mobility Code. Mobility Constellation. Those. What is that?
It's another space-based connectivity constellation, more focused on Geely Group's line of automated electric vehicles. but with eventual plans for internet and other connectivity-based services.
Now, have we seen Gili? I believe we have seen from those constellations. Now we also have Chanchi, which is, and we have which is, I'm just reading off names here. 3-body computing constellation. Now this is bringing me off guard, because what are these names? First of all, Chanchi, an Internet of Things constellation from commercial space company Godendake. That's a really hard pronunciation. I've heard you say the name before, so you probably can pronounce it.
Gaudin Gauke.
Gaudin. Holy.
It's more. I'm still butchering it, but that's a bit close.
I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce it because I already know I'm so bad at it. So let's stick with Chanchi from that company. What is Chanchi? Because I see here this constellation aims to provide enhanced connectivity services to assist with the vehicle automation and communication. It's more like of that region.
It's like if someone tried to build OneWeb with CubeSats. Is the best way I can describe it.
Let's also check an image here. 4 Chanchi satellites being prepared for launch inside Sirius 1S fairing here. This is one of the images of the preparation, where you can see. Yeah, I see. I get the CubeSat thing. Yeah. Wow. Very cool. Now, more about the 3-body computing constellation, which I will forever find the weirdest name in human history. For constellation, what is the 3-body computing constellation about?
So you know how American startup StarCloud wants to launch giant data centers in space?
Yes.
3-body is basically that, but reasonable. So they're launching them on reasonably sized CubeSats with a good amount of computing power. And then they're going to link them all up through laser interlinks. And they've already got 12 satellites launched with at least another 24 ready to go.
Wow.
They are,
so they're doing pretty
once
good.
you look at AI in space computing, 3-body computer constellation is arguably leading in terms of just raw compute power.
Yeah.
And they've also done some very interesting tests.
Wow.
With robot controls and some very heavy tasks.
Interesting. Well, I hope for the best for all constellations. Now, Go On today. A little bit focusing on Go On today here now as well, because that's what's suspected should be on board of today's Long March 6A vehicle. And that image we saw from the animation was actually from one of the Long March 6A launches. So around the same is going to happen today, but it's a night launch, so yeah, whatever. It is basically the same. Now, 4 minutes away until launch, at least if we count the delay with it. Let's actually bring up the real countdown, because I think people need to know we're already 1 minute and 50 seconds away. But of course, with the webcam being delayed here, which we now know of happening, and we do have people on standby at the webcam, so we have a lot of people actually out there. Well, I mean, if you say 10 people is a lot, yeah, then it's a lot. Because we people, yeah, I will only say the people that are at the webcams and around the launch pad, around 10 miles from complex. Those are yeah, they are just sticking around now. And we're gonna have images from the launch and some recording, which we will be posting later on our socials, I should say, just to be safe. It's time to edit the countdown, folks. Now, launch time is approximate, so based on our prediction plus what, yeah, Plus, from what I've seen and heard in terms of rumors, it's a high possibility that 37 is the launch time. Now, as we get through the final minutes, Basie, do you know what should be happening at the moment if we were 2 minutes off from launch? Like pre-launch preparations? Oh, go on.
The final venting would be taking place, engines would be very chilled down, and they would be preparing to ignite solid rocket boosters.
All right. Well, sounds good. Now, of course, I do want to mention here, because for the people that didn't know and didn't look last time, I should say today, I did post a few updates on a few tweets, I should say, of updates of how Long March 6A went. I also discussed this with the team as well, of the issues that have been happening earlier in the countdown today with Long March 6A. Now, FaZe, I know I can say this the best, but what are your speculations of what could have happened? Like, because we heard of from the boys team that there was suspected to be an issue, and they clearly saw it as well from the platforms that were venting, I should say.
Yes. So according to the information that you've been receiving and relaying to me,
yes,
it sounds like there was an issue with a second stage vent through one of the surface platforms that was problematic, and they managed to resolve.
yeah, it was a pretty interesting day. I was kind of shaking because I haven't seen such a thing from China yet, at least from my experience of watching Chinese launches, so it kind of got me off guard, but I'm glad they resolved it. And that's from what I heard from the boys, that there was a second stage issue earlier in the count, so I am pretty interested in whatever happened there. We'll find out sometime what happened there. So it was pretty exciting, I would say. Now we're coming up to launch here shortly, so stick around, as that will be happening soon. And when that launch happens, now, you see what you're seeing. I don't have to explain it. There it is. So that's liftoff of the Long March 6A, carrying the SatNet Leo Group 21. We are working on getting some audio here. So we're now about 40 seconds into the flight as Long March 6A ascends into space. Very beautiful. Now, do want to remind you that this is a delayed footage. So what you're seeing is probably about a few minutes later from what it was. We also have someone new in here. I won't say his name until he deafens. Oh, here's the sound. And it's gone. Now we're about a minute, 30 seconds into flight. FaZe, what should be happening at the moment?
Very shortly, if not already, the solid rocket boosters will separate, and then for another minute, 20 seconds, minute 30 seconds, the first stage will continue to burn, carrying the second stage effectively out of the atmosphere before the second stage ignites, completes the first, the remainder of the ascent into orbit, and then possibly a second burn.
All right, and then bringing the Kowungs into orbit and to its desired orbit. of course, I cannot forget the people in chat as well. I would like to thank them as well here. Let me just get their names here. Armand Tamzarian, bonjour, hello. Bravo Yagi Tango, welcome. Emily van Gelderen, hello from Norway. I can somehow pronounce your name. And we have an okay, why can I not pronounce that all of a sudden? My Dutch accent is kicking in. Energy or Rocket saying bye bye Long March 6A. New Heat G's in 24 hours from Norway. Indeed, we are going to be live for that, for the Spectrum launch tomorrow, but that will be tomorrow, not now. But stick around for that. It's going to be pretty cool. If it launches. Don't jinxing it. Knock on wood, everyone. Well, great launch for the Long March 6A. I will slowly wrap up coverage here because I think I need to go here soon. So yeah, once again, thank you to the viewers, everyone, for sticking around, watching the webcam, the glorious webcam with Long March 6A flying from Taiyuan. It was amazing to have y'all here, and of course the commentators. Oh yeah, I will get to that shortly. Hold on. I will first finish off my word, then we'll get to that. Don't worry. Okay, so once again, thanks to the viewers. Now, before we go, of course, I can never forget that. That's hell to forget. Fazy stats.
Okay, so this was the 22nd flight of the Long March 6A, the 262nd Shanghai Academy launch, the 637th Long March series launch, and the 21st launch from China this year.
Wow, the 21st already from China. They're doing pretty good, I would say, with the February break they had, of course, with the things they had. Thank you so much, Fazy, for coming along again today for the 6A coverage, and thank you for the stats always. Appreciate it. Now, we're going to end the stream here. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll be back tomorrow for the Spectrum launch. So, yeah, we'll see you then, everyone. Good night, or good day, everyone. So, yeah, bye-bye.
Liftoff.